Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to the fourth episode of the Haunter Guide series. Today's Haunter is gonna be Emma. Before we get into it though, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like if you enjoy my content. I'm trying to get to 1k subs before the end of April. I appreciate the support, thank you a lot, and let's get right into it. So Emma is a fire haunter that can pretty much do everything. That's the main thing about her. She's good everywhere. She's a great all-arounder. She's great to clear waves of minions with her AoE, does really good damage as well, ability to break. Honestly, if I had to have like only one hunter for the rest of my life, it would be Emma. She can do pretty much everything. Just like Seo, but like Seo kind of lacks in the clearing waves department, but has more damage output, so I guess it kind of evens out, right? Honestly, you can use Emma for gates, boss fights, Battlefield of Time challenge as well, because she clears waves really fast, so you have great timers with her. And yeah, Emma's passive is probably one of the longest and one of the hardest to understand, even though it's pretty simple. Like every solo leveling character has pretty simple passives, honestly, but that one is a bit tricky. So the hit absorption effect is applied for each specific action, and when Flame Cleave is used, it applies the hit emission effect depending on the number of hit absorption instances. So whenever you do something, you will get hit absorptions stacks, and whenever you use Flame Cleave, which is the second skill, the one that breaks heavy, you will transfer all your hit absorptions stacks into hit emission stacks. So when the user uses a basic attack and gets hit, the hit absorption effect is applied once, so one stack per basic attack. When the user uses a core attack, burn up, which is the first skill, flame judgment, or extreme evasion is whenever you dodge at the last minute, and flame judgment is the QTE skill, you will get 4 stacks of hit absorption. Whenever you use the ult, you will get 10 stacks of hit absorption. And when hit emission is active, the currently applied hit absorption effect is consumed. That's what I told you. It changes the hit absorption into hit emission. Hit absorption is defense sided and hit emission is attack sided. So 5 stacks is uses defense 7.77% increased, right? 10 stacks is recovers HP 7.77% of damage taken, and at 15 instances it applies a shield equals to 7.77% of the user's max HP. Of course, if you're at 15 instances, you will get the previous buffs as well. And if you change those 15 instances into hit emission, you will get death pen increased by 7.77%, fire damage increased by 7.77%, and also the heat emission effect will be applied to all team members as well for 20 seconds at 15, right? So it's pretty huge, honestly. The fact that you can put hit emission on everyone. I like the fact that it's double-sided. Either you're really tanky, either you're really into offense. Dupes wise, she gets quite a lot from her dupes, if I'm being honest. The first one increases the break damage of the AoE by 77.77%, which is honestly mad. The second one increases the user's break effect by 10%, increases the damage dealt to targets affected by the break effect by 20%. So she's a very good breaker, honestly, a very, very good breaker, and her damage on broken units are kind of insane. When hit emission is used, the active hit absorption effect is applied to team members. So whenever you change your hit absorptions into hit emissions, the hit absorption doesn't disappear, it goes to your team, right? So that's even better, right? The user's HP increases by 10%. It's always good. She scales off HP, right? Probably the least good one, honestly. Last one, when the target enters the break state, resets the cooldown of all skills, recover core gauge and power gauge by 100%, applies the damage increase effect of 77.77% for 15 seconds. So if you break the enemy with Emma, you will reset all her skills, including the ult, and then get a 77.77% damage increase. So one thing you want to do with Emma is break the enemy, use your core attack to change all your fire absorption buffs into hit emissions, and then ult, and you will do crazy damage. So yeah, I think that wraps up the passive. Let's check her artifacts now. For the artifacts, there's 2 paths you can go. You can go on the more support path or the more DPS one, right? So I've seen people with A5 Emma going for 1-hit kill to like maximize your ult damage, which I understand because you reset your ult cooldown whenever you break and all that, but I feel like Emma is not the DPS you want to focus. Like I feel like if you have Choi, you want Choi to be your main DPS and Emma be the support. So Since I'm running her as a support, I would run the Noble Sacrifice to increase her HP, but also increase the team's attack, right? And also the very distant set for more damage overall, less cooldowns, so it's great for the AoE, you can spam it, right? And then you don't really mind the MP consumption rate increased, because she's not really using that much MP overall. But yeah, like I said, you could run the one-hit kill set, and you could also run as the jewelry to be fully going support, right? You could run the Aquamarine set for like more attack boost on your team. But these substats, pretty basic in my opinion. You want, this one is terrible. You want HP, obviously, so additional HP percentage. Then you would want crit hit rate. And then the last two, you could go for damage increase, maybe a bit of additional MP, something like that. And then on the jewelry, obviously, change the critical hit rate for critical hit damage, because it's always nice to have that, right? Let's check the weapons now. So Emma's weapon is honestly pretty good, probably one of the best around all hunters. Not as good as Seo's, obviously, but still very good. So what it does is increase the damage dealt to targets affected by the break effect by 5.5%, so that's always good, right? And then when the hit absorption activates, the user's damage dealt increases by 1.5%, stacking up to 6 times. You can go up to quite a lot of damage increase, right? So it's pretty good. But like I said, it's one of the best weapons, but it's not mandatory. I feel like she's still very good without her weapon, where like Seo kind of needs it to be very good, if that makes sense. The other weapon I would run with her would be the book, because extra HP, but also increase the user's power gauge acquisition rate by 32%. So I feel like if you run the book, you want to like go on that cycling ult kind of gameplay, which honestly is not bad with Emma. Maybe you want to run the one-hit kill set with that. So yeah. In terms of upgrading skills on Emma, I don't think anything is bad. I feel like you could do anything in any order and it would still be very good. But I do advise you to go for the AoE first, honestly, because extra damage on the AoE is always nice, clear the waves faster. Then the ult, obviously, her main thing. And then I would assume the other skill. You don't really use that much basic attacks with her. You use her core attack quite much, because it does burn and all that. But honestly, basic skills, ult, like any regular hunter, honestly, I feel like that's probably the best. And now let's jump onto the gameplay. So at first I wanted to showcase Emma in another stage with like minions, so I could show the AoE, but also I could break the boss, because you can't break the cave beer. But I encountered the problem is I killed the boss too fast, so I couldn't even break him. So I guess I'll still go on the bear and like I'll still showcase the damage and everything. So obviously you want to AoE first, usually. Then you want to use the core attack for the burn, and then whenever you have 15 stacks, you can see it on the bottom. You want to change that into hit ignition, right? And then you just stack hit absorption again. Got 4 stacks here, more stacks here, and you just cycle that over and over again. And as you can see, even though I'm spamming skills quite a lot, I don't lose that much MP. And like realistically, you wouldn't be staying on Emma all the time. But yeah, her damage are pretty cool. The AoE is just very good. I mean, you've played her before. I'm pretty sure everyone has. And you know better than I do that the AoE is just clutch. So yeah. Let's ult. So that did 1.4 million. Remember, that's without one kill hit set. And that's without the 77.77 damage increase. So yeah. She honestly hits, she's crazy. Very good all-rounder. Like even in boss fight, you can see she's doing great. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. Road to the 1K subs. And I'll see you guys in my next one. See ya.